Probably a mix. You think about a guy like Mason, who's probably our most experienced guy being out. Connor was back briefly and then had another mishap, but he'll be back, and that's good news. Mike Mazunski was out, so we had several guys, and Dejon Parker unfortunately had one practice and then had an injury to deal with, and he'll be back in June, so that's the good news there. But so it's kind of a mix of probably 4 or 5 guys that would be potentially in the 2 deep that weren't able to work. But the guys who were out there, I thought, really did a good job, and I thought they made strides. It was probably our biggest concern going into spring ball. I think our first practice, we had 8 healthy linemen at that time. Then we're down to 7 after day 1. And we've been able to gain some ground coming back, but I think we're seeing good incremental progress. And 2 guys to cherry pick right now are Bo Stevens and Jennings Dunker, just guys that have, we think are good prospects, but they've missed so much time. So fortunately, I think Bo was out there every day, and when Jennings got back, he was able to sustain it, whatever his last 3 weeks now, and you just see the guys growing. But that's what they need. They need to be on the field practicing and learning how to play. And Nick played a lot last year, but now he's finally getting confidence. He was healthy in the out of season. I thought he practiced really consistently for 15 days and showed good growth. So, we haven't seen the whole group together yet, but I'm certainly encouraged with what I've seen. And there's still potential for a lot of growth up there too, but I think we're closer to being where we'd like to be. We're not there yet, but we're closer to it.
Seems like despite, not doing 11-on-11, Cade's firmly at the top of the quarterback room.
Yeah.
Just seems to bring a presence, I guess. Is that how you see it, and how did you evaluate him this spring?
Yeah, I'll go back to December, when the whole thing got started. Quarterback's interesting anyway. I mean, we've had 3 guys I can think of real quickly that have left here that were very successful at the schools they went to. There's only one that gets to play, and so however it shook out where he was at, he became available. And I think personally we were all excited just because we had firsthand experience, playing against him. When you're on the field with players, it's kind of like NFL prospects. Sometimes you just, you get a really strong feeling about a guy. We had great respect for Cade and the way he played going into the game. We played him in December, and certainly had even more after that. So now you get to work with him, you get to have him in your building, you get to be around him firsthand and on a personal level. To me, he has a lot of the characteristics and qualities you're looking for in a quarterback. You can see why he was successful where he was before. And I think he's the fact that he's been on the field and done it. Doing it there's something to be said for doing it, and he's got that, on his resume. So he's got a confidence that I think's earned, and he's helped bring that, I think, to our football team, and he's got a little edge to him, which is good. It's good at every position, and so he's so far so good. He's been a really, great addition to our team, and he's I don't want to speak for everybody on our team, but I think they've all really embraced him and really are glad he's here. And he is clearly our starter right now. It's not a debate. So just really happy about him being here.
Coach, can you talk about the tight end room? Obviously, a lot of tight end. Just watching today, you have so much depth there.
Yeah, I think we all got to see Luke really start to ascend last year. And, I'm not saying Sam's injury had anything to do with that, but sometimes, a law of compensation, whatever. So when Sam came back, we had 2 really good tight ends, and but Luke clearly did that, and we thought when we recruited him, he had a chance to be a really good player. He looked like he's 15 when we recruited him, and looks like he's at least 18 now. But man, he's matured physically. I think he's got a confidence that he didn't have before. Talking about Nick DeYoung, same way. I saw that last year, and it's just continued. He's really doing a great job. And then Eric in that room, the 2 of them they've really hit it off well. Seems like they really get along good together. And so what I'm hopeful, last year we ended up with 2 really good tight ends, and I think, you got a chance now to maybe start the season with 2 guys like that. But Luke's really just climbed the ladder each and every step. It's fun to watch him.
Kirk, a lot of
defensive line, what do you see from Pittman and Graves as they filled in at D tackle?
It's a little bit like last year where the linebackers weren't. We had some guys out with injury, and you got both Logan and Noah coming off surgeries right now. So, Aaron's a guy who played well last year, and now year 2, he's really moving forward, and he just goes so hard. Like, it's unusual for a guy that young to have that kind of tempo, but that's just how he's wired. It's every day. Like, he just says he's got one speed, which is fun. And then, Pitt's one of our more improved guys on our football team, I think, right now. great young guy and all of that, but he was a ways away a year ago at this time, and even in the fall, but boy, he's taken some good steps. So, yeah, we have good confidence in him now, and that's, he's in the mix, so it's good to see.